You may know how difficult it is to buy for a teenage boy, so today we're going to be making a miniature pizza box that you can put some actual dough inside of it. If we're just meeting right now, hi, my name is Nisha. Welcome to Little Craft Nest. The design we're using today I created in Cricut Design Space, so if you have Cricut Access, you have free access to this design. All you have to do is click on the link in the description of this video and that will take you right to the project that we're working on for today. So let's go make some pizza. Now I made this pizza box white, so it may be a little hard to see on the screen. So if you want to change the background of your canvas, simply click on blank canvas in the bottom right hand corner and then go up to the top and change the color of your screen. And now we can see the pizza box a whole lot better. You'll notice that we've got our pizza box with some clip art and some text, as well as some score lines. And then we have the pizza over here with some tabs at the side. Now, if you don't have a scoring wheel or a scoring stylus, and you don't want those score lines, you can get rid of those. So go over to the layers panel here, click on the arrow beside attach, and you'll see all the score lines here. So all you need to do is click on that eye beside the score lines, and that score line will disappear from sight. So you can do that also for the other attached image, which is our pizza box. It will say rectangle box score, and then you can just hide all those lines. Now today I will be using my scoring wheel, so I want those lines, so I'm gonna unclick the eye. And let's go ahead and make this pizza box. So click on make. So we've got two mats here. We've got our pizza box on the first mat and our pizza on the second mat. I'm gonna go back to mat number 1, and it looks like the material size selected is A4. I'm actually using letter size today, so I'm gonna change that below mat 1. And then I'll also need to click on mat 2 and make sure that is letter size as well, and that has also changed to letter size. So let's click back on mat 1 and click on continue. We're gonna click on send to printer. And it's up to you if you want to keep the bleed on or not. It really doesn't matter for this project too much. And then you can click on use system dialog and then click print. Now, if your print dialog box does not appear in front of you, move your Design Space application over to the side and you'll find your print box behind your Design Space application. Make sure print in color is on, and then under media and quality, we're going to change the media type to plain paper, and I'm going to change the quality from normal to best. And before I press print, I'm going to make sure I have 2 pieces of cardstock loaded in my printer. Your printer will only print the first sheet, and then you need to set your base material. So I'm using medium cardstock, and then you'll notice under step number 3, it says you need to load your scoring wheel. Now, if you don't have a scoring wheel, you can click on Edit Tools and you can change that over to the scoring stylus. Just don't change it to the fine point blade, because otherwise those score lines on the pizza box will no longer be score lines. I'm using the scoring wheel today, so I don't need to change anything, so I'm gonna click the X. Then we can load our printed sheet onto a mat. Make sure you're putting it on your mat the same way as it appears on the screen. You'll notice the arrow in the top left-hand corner of your top registration mark, and that needs to be at the top left of your mat. Then you need to open up clamp B of your Cricut machine and take out that fine point blade so you can put in your scoring wheel. Now, if you're using the scoring stylus instead, that would go inside clamp A. Then you can load your Cricut mat into your Cricut machine. It will first scan for the registration marks and then detect to make sure you're using the right tool. Once your Cricut has finished drawing out all those score lines, Design Space will prompt you to switch out your scoring wheel for the fine point blade. Now, if you're using the scoring stylus, that is in clamp A, so you won't have to do any switching at all. Your Cricut will then proceed to cut out the rest of your pizza box. And then we're going to repeat the steps that we just did for mat number 2. So we're going to send our design to the printer, use system dialog, click on print, change our media type to plain paper and our quality to best, and click on print. Then we can place our design on our mat, change out that blade for the scoring wheel again, and let the Cricut score this design, and then switch back to the blade so that our pizza can be cut out. Once your design is cut out, peel your mat off your cardstock, making sure that you don't bend your paper. Then you can fold over all your score lines. You can fold them over on your pizza and on your pizza box. Make sure you get them all and give them a nice crease. Once everything's been folded over, you can either use some glue or a tape runner, whatever form of adhesive you want to use, and put some adhesive on those little tabs and pinch them to the pizza box so that they stay in place. Then you can grab your pizza and also put some adhesive on those tabs and then put your pizza inside the box. Then step back a minute and admire your beautiful project. You can then grab the real dough and roll it up and slide it inside your pizza box. Now, if your mini pizza box is having a hard time staying shut, there's a few things you can do. You can add some glue or tape to the edges. You can tie a little red bow around it, or what I decided to do was make some matching stickers with my Cricut machine to keep my pizza box closed. If you want to learn how to make stickers with your Cricut machine, I've got a number of videos on that, so make sure you check out this playlist right here, and I hope to see you on more crafting adventures.